Hey guys, Kaza here. Welcome back. We're back with Along the Edge. We're on the epilogue, so I guess pretty much our story has come to an end. I do wonder how our ending has changed and if we've taken down Yves. So let's find out in this final spring. Daphne? I'm in the garden enjoying the first days of sunshine with a nice book and a cup of coffee. I'm looking at my interlocutor, having taken me out of my reading stand probably back from the courthouse. Even if I don't have any doubts of the outcome of the trial, the smiling face in front of me must mean good news. Besides, since the incident with Yves, the Maltese have been very discreet. They say in the village that Yves doesn't leave the city hall much anymore, but his conveyances is difficult. I don't know what the future holds, but I really hope the storm is finally behind me. So, what's the verdict? He was discharged. With the number of people who witnessed in his favor, the judge didn't really have a choice. In the end, what made the scales tip to the side of self-defense is the testimony of Mr. Blanchard, the baker. He swore under his oath that he had seen Yves Meltier take a knife from his pocket. I guess that, for once, no bribe could have changed the verdict. Oh yes, I drop him at the outbuilding. But you know where he is? He never shows anything. I came right away to tell you good news, but I have to get back to town. I have some errands to run. I'll see you tonight then. Dan kisses me tenderly before disappearing into the house. I pour myself another coffee and I stay there, daydreaming. That's when I see a tall blonde figure going up the path. Eh? She comes towards the castle at a determined pace, but seeing the garden, forks in my direction after a moment of hesitation. Hello, miss. I was about to ring, but when I saw you, I allowed myself to come to you directly. Clotilde Mautier seems ill at ease and to have exchanged her haughtiness for a dose of humility. I can understand she's not welcome. I'm not that mean, am I? Clotilde, what a surprise. Can I offer you some coffee? No, thank you, but if you would give me a minute of your time. I'm listening. I let an unintentional sigh and let her sit. I'm listening. Daphne, I admit, I underestimated you. I would never believe seeing you, but you would have stood up to my husband for so long, and that you would be so appreciated in passing our little community. Come on, Clotilde, don't soft-soap me. I don't think you are the kind who apologizes. And you're right, I might be because I don't have to apologize for anything for a long time. Besides, as you might have guessed, I'm not here for that. I'll get straight to the point if you don't mind. I come right away from the end of Mr. Boytine's trial, but the verdict wasn't a surprise, and I've been mulling over this for a while now. You know my husband. He's had his defects and his qualities. Something tells me you don't see it his way, but I assure you, Yves has a good heart, despite what you might think. I'm about to interrupt her, but she stops me with a wave of her hand. Please, Daphne, can you be kind enough to hear me out before insulting me? It might surprise you, but let me tell you something, will you? I've never really believed in all those witchcraft stories. Well, you can clearly see their benefits. Let's be serious for a minute. How can you say that? How can you say that? After all I've experienced since I arrived, there's no doubt. Can't be any doubt. I'm going to doubt your beliefs, Daphne, but let me ask you, what proof do you have to say that anything supernatural really happened? Since you arrived, what really happened? Crash accident? A chimney fire? Wow, Richard. You have a short memory. Even more so after letting your husband harass me for months to get inside the tower. I see her face close itself. I decide not to antagonize her. Well, not yet. Anyway, I guess you're not here to talk about my beliefs, are you? No, I am not indeed. And to be honest, your views on this issue don't interest me at all. However, you might not notice that my husband is a true believer. You might have noticed my husband is a true believer. And the last events between you and us took a real toll on him, you know. I don't think he'll ever forgive the way you ridiculed him in front of the village, And now, with this decision of justice, he reaped what he said. I only defended myself. I'm sorry I bruised your husband's ego, but I only defended myself. You're right, Daphne. Believe me, I deplore it. Got down to it as much as you do. All I want is for all of us to stop once and for all. I don't want to have anything to gain, you and I, but keeping this animosity alive. I know I can make my husband listen to reason, but for that I need you to make a step in my direction, Daphne. Do you understand? I know you have a relationship with my son, Stenelius. All I'm asking is for you to let us organize a wedding. We are giving your blessing, of course, and you would reunite our two families while putting an end to our quarrel. What do you say? Are you sure you can just... Let's pretend I accept. Are you really able to persuade your husband to lay down arms? Oh, he won't like it, I'm sure, but I can guarantee his collaboration. In any case, I need to talk to Stan about this. Come on, Daphne. We both know that my son will agree to everything you ask of him. If it reassures you, just give me an agreement in principle. I trust you can convince your future husband eventually. So, what is it going to be? Yes or no? I don't know. It feels like it doesn't feel right. Like you're just arranging it just to. But then say, that's the question. Because it's between me and him, not your family and me and him. It's out of the question. I won't your family have any say in my heart affairs. Asilius isn't in best of terms with you and his father anyway. Accepting this offer would be a betrayal. I come to you with the best intentions in the world, and that's how you receive me. Be careful, Daphne. I can still make your life really miserable. We stare at each other for a while. I burst out laughing. Could you tell me what amuses you? I'm very serious. You will regret taking this lightly. Really, Clotilda. Either you're in denial or you take me for an idiot. Excuse me? You have no hold over me. You just told me you don't believe in witchcraft, and even if you did, you're at a dead end anyway. Let's say your husband asked the entity in contract with your family to do his dirty work again. To whom would you ask to direct his vengeful arm? Me? Maybe Vids tried, which is probably why today I have to walk with a cane. But I didn't have, at the time of the accident, taken the whole measures of my legacy. Trying anything now that I have access to a tower will probably fail, and your husband knows it. Of course, Yves might think of blackmailing me by threatening, I don't know, Mr. or Miss Boyatine. We'll admit he's responsible for my mother's death. We can, sure, consider, but a threat might carry some weight. However, you and I know the local population is very superstitious, and I don't have any doubt that if anything happened to one of my close relatives, they might come to some conclusions on their own. Without starting a popularity contest, I think we can both assume that causing an uprising is not really in your interest. Well, except if you want to deal with a riot, or, I don't know, a strike at the sawmill. See what I mean? All that to say, we don't have anything else to discuss. I go back to my book when she remains there motionless, consumed by cold rage. After a while, I add, Goodbye, Clotilda. She turns around and goes away. I follow her with my eyes until she disappears behind the trees. I haven't seen Clotilda since this spring day. A couple of weeks later, news of Yves' death began to circle around the village. He would have hung himself in his office at the city hall. Clotilda left the area without a trace, taking with her the most of the assets Maltese accumulated for generations. Little by little, people began to talk, and the shady deals Yves had made were revealed. Quickly, the Maltese name was no longer synonym of respect or fear on the lips of the villagers. Time passed. Days got longer. Little by little, the summer heat came to warm the old stones. In August, there was rumors about the financial stability of the mill and its eventual closing. There was a climate of anxiety on the village. After all, it was the first time for more than a century the population didn't look up to the Maltese, either to guide them or as a scapegoat for all of the trouble. In the end, even if the Maltese were the architects of their own demise, it left me a bitter taste in the mouth. I went on putting in order the archives of the tower. Weird nightmares were less and less frequent until they stopped entirely. I don't know what happened to the strange beasts I saw in my sleep. Sometimes I wonder if it really existed. I started initiating myself to all forms of magic I could put my hands on. I have to know more. I have to prove myself that this is all true. I'm well aware that it's a losing fight, that magic will never allow me to formally confirm its existence. And then I have to retire from the daily life of the village. What is the meaning of all this anyway? People are scared of me, but at least it leaves me in peace. For them, my home must become the castle of the witch again. Without the Maltese to remind them of the weight of tradition, I know that this would all disappear. But I, myself, would disappear, to be forgotten. After all, it's the way of the world. I'm nothing more than the last of my bloodline, an endangered species. Sin has gone back to law school, and he's working with Celine, managing the family business. They're doing their best to try and save the sawmill, but they're not out of the woods yet. They're taking things one day at a time, without the constraint or commitment, with the love we share. Could things have turned out differently? I wonder about it from time to time. What would have happened if I had chosen another partner to share my days, my troubles? If I believed in magic more, or on the contrary, doubted? What if I had given it to anger, or despair? Or perhaps to calm, to leniency? Would my life be different? Would I myself be different? I don't know. I've gone with the flow. I have done all I could. I've swung above the ground for a long time, hanging on to the comfort of my certainties, of my doubts, and under the constant threat of the calling of the void. I let my feet guide me, one after the other, along the edge. So I got Heart of Darkness and Love at First Sight. Okay. Hegemony is another one I got. And now I'm an orphan. Thanks. And Frozen. What else? Do I have more? The Devil's Advocate. And Like a Virgin? What? Seeing Dead People. And that was all I got. Oh, I'm kind of sad that it all ended now. So let me just like real quick. I'll see if I don't know if I can hover over it. It tells me why. So I mostly got what looks like a star and moon, and I don't know what the down symbol means. Orphan, seeing dead people. Yeah, there's like, look at all these achievements you can get. I could have 1 year solitude, mending the wound. And there's, I got hegemony, I got big family, arranged wedding, eviction notice, sacrifice, forgiveness. Traditional daughter, courtesy of mind, elogious of progress, easygoing, sleepless, up to good times, social niceties, short hair, don't care, voice of reason, BFF, evil stepmother, firefighting, and sound in mind. So my ending could have been wholly and totally different. So if you want to see how your story goes on and what you get for yours, I definitely recommend getting it and playing it. The link to the game is in the description below. Let me know how yours turns out. I would actually be really interested in knowing. Alright, I'll see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this series, and I had so much fun sharing it with you guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Kaze out.